close. It's close. So I'll try to. So when we go after the four part, da 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 da. Yeah. Okay. So close. Can we go from noon the 7? Let's see.
From there, Annuncio.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, it's still a C. No, it's here it is. Okay, okay. So for the alto pickup though, and 7. 1, 2, 3. Close. Okay, so right from 13, Actually, it started okay, and then maybe just different parts got a little faster. So 13. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, good. All right, ready? Okay, here we go. 13, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, you can. It's okay with the beats. We'll do it later. But right on 13. Alright? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good. All right. So eventually, of course, we can sing that section without feeling the 2, 3, 2, and then it should actually. So the thing is, that way you sang it maybe the first time was about the right kind of sound. We just didn't match together because some parts go faster or slower. But let's try again. So 1, 2, 3. Oops, not quite. So yeah, a little bit too fast. So let's try again. So this time, instead of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the thing, so the reason why I just thought could kind of stop doing the 1, 2, 3 is sure you use that to get going and you see the sort of organizing groups of 3, but really the thing that really keeps it all together is just the 8th note pulse. It really is. So if you have right, whatever it is, you should in theory stay together. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, notice how as we just keeping an eighth note pulse and a very steady eighth note pulse, that middle section should really all will stay together. Quite okay. Good. All right. So try from 13 again. Is a familiarity really. So one, two, three. Okay, now here's the thing. The middle section didn't really go quite the same tempo of that feeling of in one, but you at least stay together more, even with minimal help from me. So I think the idea is that you eventually really know how your part sounds like when the other parts are going, and you just know if you're too fast. Like you can tell eventually that you're like, oh, I'm too fast or I'm too slow. Compared to. Now, let's try going into it. Okay, so can we go from 8 again? Okay, so I know it's a weird place to start, but let's go from pick up the 8. This is the alto one. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Very close. Okay, good. All right. So actually, I think I know a part of the reason is the alto line at the bottom of the first page. It actually slowed down a little bit. Ba da dum da da dum da dum po. Take too long because you hear. If you notice the rhythm in soprano and the last bar, bum 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 dum da da dum. So, bum. So. Da da dum da di da di da da dum da, like not too long on those the longer notes there, and then but by the time you get to the once the notes start moving faster with the 8 notes, then it's okay. But it's just when it's quarter and the half note a little bit too long. That's all. Okay. Okay, good. Now, how do we deal with the ending, right? So when you deal for the ending, when we get to the second last bar, in the second last bar, what do we have? We have a alto on a D, and we have soprano one on an A. So what interval is that? So fifth, just like the end of we were talking about in I'll Be Home for Christmas, the same thing. So it can't collapse on itself. It needs to stay quite sturdy. Away from each other, but away from each other. So then the middle can right. But these two, once you get to the downbeat of the second last bar, it should already be right in tune. So if it's not in tune, all right, at that point, it might make the middle kind of hard to find where it goes, right, from a tuning point of view. Okay, so can we go 24. Okay, 24. 3, 4. really, like as you're approaching that second last bar, it's almost like look at each other. Make sure you're really coming into it and be like, it's just to be more aware, because it's very easy to just sing da 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 da, but da 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 da, right? Singing it, being like, oh, I need to match my, we have to lock it right away, right? Just be aware to listen for each other. Now, a few things. The word kui takes quite a, like the consonant. Oh, take a seat. The k, the ku sound, it takes a little bit, it has to be faster. Yeah. So it's the idea again is the consonants need to be fast, even though the music is slow. Does that make sense? So it's not kui. That's too long for that consonant. It's kui. It's quite fast, even though it's a slow music. So so at the beginning, 3, 1. Kui, kui, kui. It's almost like saying wee, or saying ee, right? Basically the vowel sound is right away. Wee, wee. And then the ku is just to get you going, but not kui. Too long. Okay. So here. It's not to say that you need an accent, but it needs to be a bit more like exactly when beat 4 happens is when the sound begins. So like, kui, kui, whichever note it is, right? So, kui, sorry. Okay, so let's try just being very clear on our start place, but make sure you breathe the beat before it helps, okay? And 1. Oh, sorry. Go on. Yeah. Sorry. Too early for me too. 3, 4, 1. Now, I also noticed that, like, although there are it looks like everyone just sort of moves at their own pace, there are a few places where it does sort of match up, so to be mindful of. Soprano 2 and alto in measure 31. Do you see that alto, you go D, moon D, and then you stop, and then you go sa va, and then you look at the soprano 2 line, it's the same thing. So being aware that there are a few places where you do kind of match up. The same similar idea happens on page 1. On page 1 where you said at pastores, do you see the rhythm is the same? Mm-hmm. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th bar in the beginning. The 5th bar. So similar, those 2 moments in particular to sound like, oh yeah, we know we are a pair and we sing it like a pair, instead of you sing yours, I sing mine, and we just happen to have the same rhythm. Instead, it's like singing, it's like, oh yeah, those were supposed to go together. Okay, so that part, and also the ending, sa va on 2, 3, 4, right? Just the last 4 bars there. Same idea. Okay. Excuse me. So let's try 24 again. 3, 4. Okay, that works quite nicely now. All right, with that soprano to alto being where we're back. Okay, let's try at least once that we can start from the beginning without stopping in the middle. Okay, so one more go at it. Okay, and hopefully, if it doesn't work this week, we'll try again next week. But this is our last attempt today to see if we can do it. Okay, understand? Yeah. That's pretty close, yeah, it is. So it's just the middle part to get to that. So the middle part is tricky because although we got to the right change of the meter, we're still singing it at the same speed. So the only thing is we just have to quicken the middle so that it feels more like in one. But past that, we at least pass through the gates without getting stuck. It's not bad. Oh, and then so just since we hear it at the beginning for the soprano one, the S for Angelus, the S will go on the quarter rest. So it's just a match between the Angelus. Yeah. So just the S to agree all together to put